To be an activist is to speak, and to be an advocate is to listen. Society can't move forward without both. This is a quote by activist Eva Maria Lewis, and today I have with me an activist and advocate in the person of Ibrahim Muhammad. He's an SDG ambassador, a UNMCN alumni, and is very passionate about advocacy campaigns both on and off campus. My name is Sadia Abdulaziz Muhammad, and you're watching Beyond Small Talk. Ibrahim, thank you for coming to our show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so can you tell us about your journey into advocacy? How did you start? What inspired you to begin?
Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak. First of all, I am Ibrahim Muhammad once again, a Millennium Campus Network fellow, class of 2022. I'm a final year law student from Faculty of Law by University Kano. Basically, what inspired me to venture into this advocacy journey stemmed from, well, let me say, started while I was in SS2, SS3, back then, sometimes in 2016.
Okay.
I used to be somebody that is passionate about listening to people. I attended several programs following a friend who is now a lawyer, and some of them have been in different places. So I found myself driving pleasure in listening to people, attending programs, and that was the beginning of my journey. When I attended programs, I found interest in what people see, especially positive impact they make in the life of other people. So that was the basic thing that drives me into this advocacy journey and everything. So upon coming to University Kano, sometimes in 2018, 2019, the first thing I asked myself was, when I came to the school, I told myself that I'm not going to be just an ordinary student like other students used to be. I told myself that I'm not going to be just graduating with ordinary degree that everybody graduates with. I told myself that I'm going to be an exceptional person beyond classroom. So I asked myself, what clubs or organizations can I belong to? I started scouting for many organizations from Faculty of Law and beyond. So from then, I was able to come across a lot of organizations in University Kano, namely JCI, that's Gino Chamber International, Enactus University Kano. We have Zero Tolerance for Corruption, and in Faculty of Law, I've joined a chamber where we carry out extracurricular activities. And above all, I've joined Law Clinic.
Okay.
Through the Law Clinic, I've participated in a lot of programs and activities as a student. So that's what drives me, and this is what I've been doing as a student currently. Thank you very much.
MashaAllah, that's nice. So was it your passion for advocacy that made you go into law?
Not really, not really. I can say that I'm studying law not by passion in the first place.
Okay.
Because I did not apply law in the first place. Yes, when I wrote my JAM, I could remember in 2017, I dislike legal profession in the first place. I totally dislike. I don't even like lawyers.
Okay.
Because I believe that lawyers are something else, which my mind has changed now from that perspective.
Okay.
I could remember in 2017 when I applied, I told myself that I'm going to be a teacher. And I still have passion for teaching.
For teaching.
I have passion for education. So when I wrote my JAM, I applied Federal University Kashiri. I applied English education.
Oh.
My second choice was Gombe State University. I applied, I think, something related to English language as well. My third choice was NTA College in Jos to study photojournalism. The fourth one I could remember was FCE to read English source, that's English Social Studies. So my interest was only English. I wanted to be an English teacher, to teach English in schools.
Yeah.
And I believe I will change lives through teaching. So law comes after I wrote my JAM and everything. I was influenced, even though based on some yardstick that I looked into. That was when I bought green card.
And changed.
Yes, I changed for law.
Okay.
So law was not my interest in the first place, but out of time, out of what I've been doing, I drive pleasure out of what I'm doing now. I'm proudly a law student, a final year law student.
That's good to hear. So how do you balance your advocacy campaigns and your academic responsibilities?
Balancing my academics and extracurricular activities has been a question I've been asked severally, because I could remember going back home during break. I was asked, "Do you really read?" Because almost every day you see me in Kaduna, you see me in Abuja, you see me in Lagos, you see me everywhere, and I still make my points.
Okay.
Because I think the highest grades, that's not the highest, because in the Faculty of Law by University Kano, I think it was only one person that graduated first class, ever since it was established. It's over 3 decades.
Wow.
Only one person graduated first class. So even though there has been attempts to break that record, but not yet actualized.
That person is a legend.
Yes, exactly. It's a female.
Oh, wow,
And
mashallah.
I learned that she's no longer in Nigeria. She went somewhere. So I have my upper, and inshallah I'll graduate with my upper.
Okay.
So that's the dream of almost every law student,
law
because we believe that upper is equivalent to first class in other faculties and departments in law. So I put things on the scale of preference. I prioritize what comes first, what comes second. Basically, I won't directly answer the question because of so many reasons.
Okay.
So what I do basically is, first I prioritize what comes first before what. I know that there are lecturers that, for example, they don't take attendance. There are lecturers that they take attendance, but yes, they take attendance. There are lecturers that I know they don't write tests.
Oh.
There are lecturers that I know they don't joke with attendance, they don't joke with tests. So what I do is, for those that take attendance seriously, I attend their classes. For those that don't take attendance serious, sometimes even they don't care about tests, I miss classes based on priorities, so that to avoid being penalized. So that's basically what I do in terms of that. And sometimes there are lectures that I know, for example, because I read ahead of class most of the times. Before lecturer teaches, I mostly read beyond the scope given. Because the first thing I do is, when the lecturer gives us course outline, I will go ahead, sometimes before even giving course outline, because I love research.
Okay.
So I read most of what they do before even taught in class. So I use that as an opportunity. When school resumes, I'll focus on other things.
So
yes,
you have
then
your own way of managing.
I mostly read when there will be tests, or when I anticipate tests, when it's close to exams, or when timetable has been posted. Sometimes I read a day to exams.
Wow.
Yes, sometimes
and
I read
you still get your
exams,
points.
and sometimes something like that. So that's basically how I try to balance, but I prioritize.
I understand.
There are things that I know, okay, there are opportunities that comes to me that I term them once in a lifetime opportunity. I take a lot of risk. I take a lot of risk in terms of sacrificing my academics for extracurricular activities, which entails advocacy and everything.
Okay. So you've been part of many different campaigns, many different initiatives. Which one is the most memorable campaign you've been part of?
I think the most memorable one I can say was in 2022, when we went to Minjibir Park and spent about 3 days in Minjibir Park. So the memories keep lingering in my mind up to today, because there are a lot of interesting trainings, sessions, networking opportunities, and above all, the fun. The fun part of it kept me with a lot of, it's like subscription of happiness for me. I've been happy for, after the session, I've been happy for a very long period of time.
What was it for?
Yes, it was an SDG ambassadorship training, which we've been inducted as part of a family, and we've been doing a lot of things under it.
That's interesting. How about creativity? You know, when you're initiating a campaign, there's social media, there's the way to get people interested in it. So what creative things have you organized to get people involved?
Yes, there are a lot of things that we've been doing especially, for example, let me speak of Biodiversity Law Clinic, where I lead.
Okay.
Yesterday we had a program. After having the program, what we do basically is we face challenges in terms of getting number of people to participate, because the kind of demand for participation from the students is too many, and we can't satisfy or quench their thirst of participation. So what do we do basically? I could remember last session, we received a lot of complaints, people not seeing the post, because when we are going out, for example, for a program, we want publicity and we want people to come to participate. And we don't want to select people, so okay, you come. So it has been challenging for us to get the persons to participate. So what we do as a strategy against this is we devise a means of getting a person from each class. For example, we have level 1, 2 to 5. We got a person from each class. We craft the message. We have central person that is going to receive the responses. So I was a champion behind that. I said, whoever is going to participate should send a DM through this person. Or we are going to say, we have a group generally.
Okay.
Anybody that is willing to participate should be online by so person, so time. We are going to send out the publication by so time. We are not going to know what the publication entails. So when we send the publication in the group, instantly we are going to lock the group. When we lock the group, already we inform everybody we are going to send out an information
At that time.
without knowing what the information is. I remain the only person that has the content. Even you don't know. As ESCOs, as everybody, you don't know because of fear of being biased or anything. So when we drop it in the group, we say we are selecting people based on first come, first serve basis. The first 5 people to come or to apply or to declare interest are the people that go with us. So this is one of the strategies that we've employed in getting people.
Interesting.
Yes. And I could remember we had series of campaigns and everything. We've been doing it without seeing results. So we had to come and change the strategy we adopt to use people at the grassroots, to think of using community leaders, youth leaders, people that are passionate about that, and we incentivize by letting them understand what they are doing, and we get to know that the message goes down faster.
Okay, you've been in a leadership position for most of your projects, right?
Yes.
What are some of the things you've learned leading a group of people for these kind of things?
Yes, these are very interesting questions to answer. I've led a lot of organizations, both locally, regional level, and at international level. So, as a leader with, let me say, little experience, I learned that there is differences always in opinion. And there is one thing that is very important. When we are implementing a program, obstacles, challenges, and problems arise that are unexpected. We don't expect. I'm a kind of person that I anticipate disappointment from people generally.
Yeah.
And if I'm going out in the field or on stage, I don't go with only one plan. I have 5 plans, mostly.
Backups.
Plan A, B, C, D. If this one fails, I will go with this one. There's one thing I developed. If we are on stage, if I discover that I'm a human, I can easily get angry because of 1 or 2 things. Because some people, there is this kind of entitlement mentality. Okay, this is my role. If not my role, I will not do anything. If I discover that, I will usually step in. I won't just do what I am asked to do, for example. If I discover that there's going to be gap, I will cover the gap. If there is any misunderstanding or any conflict between myself and another person or any 2 persons, if you are trying to shout against each other, I will tell you, please calm down, please. Let's achieve this. I don't want a situation whereby we are carrying out a program or something. An outsider or a participant or a third party will understand we have a problem. So I will always try to bridge that gap. After the program, I will come and meet you, tell you I'm sorry for my approach. I noticed that I was wrong in the approach. So I'm sorry for that. So that's what I do. And that perspective, understanding differences, is one key in leadership. You need to understand the people you are working with. You need to understand how to talk to them. What works for this person may not work for this person. So that's one of the things that I devise as a leader.
Okay. You mentioned how in your law clinic, most of the students are interested. You have to do a first come, first served basis. So how about the people that are apathetic, people that don't really care about your advocacy efforts? How are you able to bring them in? Like maybe aside from law students, now you want to do something with other faculties. How do you do that?
Yes, I think from Faculty of Law, like almost more than 90% of students have interest in law clinic. Because the law clinic offers opportunities of going out as a student. We deal with people, stakeholders directly involved, unlike other distance. So we mostly have over 60 or 70% interest from the general public. But however, there are some few people that will not be interested. Like first, the law clinic membership is by registration. So we have a lot of people that don't show interest to participate because they feel like they have not been proved right that as to why they should participate. Because whatever we do, there is definitely detriment and benefits. So for them to see the benefit, sometimes what I do for people that are not interested in joining us is sometimes we incentivize. Yes, because each program we are carrying out, there is incentive.
Okay.
Sometimes the refreshment, the welfare, and another thing is maybe I try to always come with things that are going to make people to engage and thrive. So when we are carrying out any program, we try to see that we make it for people that if you miss the program, you will not forgive yourself.
You feel like you've been left out.
Yes, you left out. And okay, we try to come up with videos with sounds. You see your friends in the video, it's part of memory, part of history.
Very true.
So that's one of the things that we do to invite people that are not interested to see the reason why we do what we do.
Okay. What are some of the risks you've faced in your campaigns?
We face a lot of risk. I could remember in Jos, that's Plateau State, Jos is a volatile area. So we've carried out a campaign in a community that's like, I was very afraid of going to where I went to because of crises, because of problems and everything. And that's by the way. But the greatest risk I can remember taking is sometimes last year when I was attending a program in Abuja. I attended the program in Abuja. We finished the program at 9 p.m. And that was at the heat of kidnapping and other insurgency within Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. I finished the program around 9, and there was farewell. Everybody was jubilating. We have after-party dinner, everything. Our hotel has been booked. Everything has been booked. I was meant to come back to Kano the next day. And knowing fully that I had a program I missed on that same day, because it was on Saturday we had the program, and I had the program on Saturday and Sunday in Kano. So having missed that program on Saturday, and knowing the kind of things I've missed, I told myself and other colleagues of mine then that I will leave for Kano.
That same night?
Yes, same night. Everybody was against me. No, I shouldn't go, this and that, because they were concerned about me.
It's not safe.
Yes, the road is not safe, this and that. I told myself I'm going. So I left. I arrived at the park around 10. I went to the park. I just went to the main road, highway, Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, not park. I was there. I just took a car. Unfortunately, the driver was drunk.
The
driver was drunk. We took our way. I was receiving calls from my colleagues that we attended the conference that I should share my live location in case anything should happen to me. I told them that nothing will happen to me. I have faith that nothing will happen
You'll
to
be
me.
safe.
Yes.
How did you know the driver was drunk?
I got to know that the driver was drunk because at a point, all of us in the car were shouting at the driver, and he wasn't even ready to listen to us at all.
Wow.
That was when somebody close to him discovered that he has like some syrup, some tablet and everything, has already taken them. He was only focused on the road. And the road was so bad. He doesn't care because at a point he attempted to hit traffic, checkpoints, almost twice.
Wow.
Apart from that, after we left Kaduna, on our way close to Zaria, there was a dead body on the road, found on the road. The driver could not dodge. He just hit the dead body again. At a point, he stopped. A passenger was about to alight from the car. That was when we all came down, complained to him, said everything we want to say, but he refused. It was as if all our complaints were falling on deaf ears. He refused to listen to us. I was panicking up to the point we reached Kano. We reached Kano around 3:50, 4 a.m. When we reached Kano at that time, there was no access to where I was going to because I was going back to school. I had to trek for almost half a kilometer inside the darkness. In the darkness, I approached somebody, a bike man. I don't even know where he was heading to. I talked to him that this is where I'm going to. We began. He asked me, okay, I should pay so amount. I followed him. He took me to school. After taking me to school, I quickly went to my room, took shower, changed my clothes, and moved to another program.
Wow. And was it worth it, all this struggle for a program?
Yes.
Was it worth it?
Yes. I know what I'm looking for. It's beyond money. So that's why.
Okay, very interesting. So what's your take on social media and how we can leverage it for advocacy?
Yes, this is a very interesting question. Social media is one of the most powerful tools these days to reach out to wider coverage of whatever message you want to disseminate, as against the traditional media, newspaper, and others. Because you discover that statistics, even though I can't quote specifically for now,
Numbers, yeah.
is quite obvious that Nigerian population has over 70% youth. And this youth including those that have been to school and those that have not been to school. Those the age and the youth as well, they are all on social media. So if you want to pass a message, if you just post your message on social media, one thing is cost effective. It's faster, it's efficient, and it can reach out to wider audience. For example, now, if I make a post, I used to check my engagements and the number of people reached. In less than 30 minutes, if I make a post sometimes, because if you look at the number of followers you have, you will realize that you can reach out to 2,000 people in less than 3, 4, 5 hours. Each of these people might have read what you said, and if they read what you say, that message can continue boiling down to other places they are. Okay, you reach out to one person now. You will go and discuss this with your friends and colleagues. Social media is the easiest and fastest means of disseminating information as against the traditional media. It's not everybody that reads newspaper. No. It's not everybody that have television set in his room, in his house and everything because of... But, so, okay, Facebook, for example, now, there is free Facebook. Even without data, somebody can go on Facebook to read message or see something. Social media is a very powerful tool that all advocates
should use
and everybody should use in trying to pass out information. I think that's quite effective.
Ibrahim, do you have any role model that you look up to and has made a significant impact on you?
Yes, I have a lot of role models. I can't mention them. They are more than what I can mention.
Okay.
I could remember I got some of my role models from when I was in secondary school because I read books. The first, I think, was Martin Luther King Jr. I've read about him and I developed a lot of things he has been doing and got passion. And then I admired Ibrahim Muhammad. That's from outside. Then coming down here, I have a lot of people that I've admired from in the development space. One of which is somebody who has been passionate about youth development, advocacy and everything, Mustafa Shil. He's the founder of Addis Ababa Global Academy. He has been one of the persons that helped me to realize my potentials. So I admire him a lot. I have a friend in Jos, Victor Bello, who is the founder of an initiative, Al-Majid Scholar Scheme. We've been doing a lot of things together, and I love his leadership styles and what he does, because he's somebody that is so passionate and determined about what he does. So I really, really, really admire him. And as well, I have a mother in person of Twin Wiggins. She's in Jos as well. She's the founder and CEO of Twin Wiggins Center for Leadership and Mentorship Initiative. So these are few
of your
out of many
role models. Okay. What are like the 3 qualities you admire in a person?
I admire qualities in a person. When you say a person, I don't understand. Maybe are you talking of person like just a person, or in relation to development space, leadership, and everything?
Yeah, in relationships.
Okay,
Yes.
as when somebody is into development space, things I admire the most is one's ability to inspire others, one, and your ability to discover talent in other people. One's ability to delegate as well is very
Necessary.
it's a quality that I admire in other people, because it's not everybody that delegates. And trust is something that I admire, even though it's hard to trust. But I love people that trust people with responsibility, not trust as in trust, but trusting people with responsibility to help them to discover themselves. So these are some qualities I admire in others.
For you, what is the one quality that has really helped you in this space?
The quality that helped me in this space, I can say, even though it's not a quality, but I can say passion.
Passion.
Yes, the passion I have is what helped me in this space.
Okay. So what are some of the causes you'd like to advocate for in the future?
There are a lot of causes I want to advocate for in the future. One of the most fundamental is issue of menstrual health. I have passion in menstrual health. There is this common trend in Nigerian space. If you go to hospitals and other places, you see that condom is given for free. So to me, instead of issuing out condoms to youth and everything, why not we make an attempt to end period poverty by making sanitary pads free, not only affordable, like free in everywhere, every corners that you see. Make it free to all girls and young ladies we have. I will advocate for that. That's one. And secondly, I have passion for animal welfare and animal rights. So I will always advocate for dignified rearing and everything about animals. If you are rearing animals, rear them in a very dignified way, feed them well,
take care of them,
their health and everything. So these are two causes that I would love to
delve more into. Okay, Alabadasa. So what advice would you give for students who want to get into advocacy?
Actually, the first thing I tell myself, okay, when I come in contact with new students, I always tell them that we're in the 21st century. One should not only restrict himself from in what he's studying. So advocacy is a path that everybody should involve in, because through advocacy, you will learn a lot of things about public speaking, human relations, career, and above that, you can even get employment opportunities through that. And above all, everybody is an employer, in as much as you are deliberate about it. You can create opportunities for so many other people. So that's basically what I can say on this.
Okay. And what resources would you recommend, like for someone who doesn't know where to start?
For somebody who doesn't know where to start, it depends on one's passion first. Because there is no one-size-fits-all approach in these kind of things. Everybody has his passion, has what he wants to do. And it's just like you approaching a medical doctor. If he recommends drugs for headache, it won't go and be a remedy for something. So the first thing for somebody who doesn't know what to do is for him to determine himself, to identify his passion. And passion can be seen from what is that thing that you do and drive pleasure out of. Even if without getting paid, without incentive, what is that cost area that you can spend your money and still get happy out of? So in this regard, there are a lot of things. One, identify with people, share what you want with people, you hear advice from them. Two, there are like websites that you can read about passion and everything. Because passion is something that is not static, it can change out of time.
Yeah, very true.
So one needs to, maybe for example now, if I can recommend 80,000 hours. 80,000 hours is a site that they mostly deal with things like this. One's passion, how to start a career, and a lot of things. They have videos, they have content, they have materials that you can read. I think it's from Professor Mark Askill from University of London. He's the founder, and if you subscribe to them on your email address, they'll be giving you updates, maybe weekly, monthly, and others. So I think this is what I can recommend.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation, Ibrahim. We're at the end of the show. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next episode, inshallah.
Thank you very much for having me.